So, the time has actually come. The time has come to take my trip to Welsh Wales. Welsh Wales. Who said that? What I meant was the west coast of Wales. I'm now driving from where I live to Llandudno, which is about 2.5 hours, something like that. Staying overnight in the Marine Hotel on the front. That cost me £37. And then tomorrow morning, up early, driving, I think it's about 5 hours tomorrow, all the way down to St.Davids. So that will be another point on my sort of list of things that I want to do in the UK. I've done John O'Groats. Now I'm going to be doing St.Davids. You didn't know, John O'Groats, Norfolk, I don't know what that one's called. Land's End and St.Davids. The St.Davids one, obviously, is the next one that I'm going to be doing.
Flaming heck, it's proper dangerous on the motorway this afternoon. I've had lorry drivers pull out when I'm inches away from overtaking them and they just pull out on you. Well, it appears I've made it. I'm in the car park, which incidentally costs me £6 per night, so I have to pay £6 to pay. I'm going to have to pay £6 to park my car in this hotel, which I already paid to have a room with. But at least I've got a space. Blimey, I couldn't be any further up. I'm on the third floor. Jeez, I've climbed the stairs. Left my flipping rucksack at the reception. Then the bloke had to tell me, so what's the room like? Let's have a look, shall we? This room cost me £37. Yeah, £37. Plus I've had to pay £6 parking, but the car's in a secure car park around the back here, which I'm not bothered about. He's sitting there now till tomorrow. So we've got coffee and tea. And this is fantastic, look at this. I'm right on the front with a sea view. I forgot to show you the bathroom, so I'll show you the bathroom right now. This trip that I've got going now, this moment in time, so 3 nights, 4 days, okay? It's cost me less than 150 quid for the 3 nights. So I'm spending a night here, a night in St. Davids, Tenby, around that area, and a night, that's going to be a Travelodge, so that's the most expensive one. And then the other one is in Aberystwyth. And I've stayed at Aberystwyth before and it was great. It was alright, it wasn't bad. Okay, the audio may be a little wobbly, I'm afraid, but it's the microphones. Well, actually, it's the phone. The phone's crap, but there you go. So that's Llandudno Pier over there, as you can see. It's a rocky beach, unfortunately, but I'm not walking on there. I'll probably break my ankle, but I might walk over there at some point. That's quite a majestic hotel, isn't it? Look at that, that's quite majestic. It's next door to the one that I'm staying in, which is huge. Look like a little tiny little cottage, doesn't it, compared to that one? Don't get many of these on the streets nowadays, do you? I've seen 2 of these actually, not here, one in Manchester the other day, but wow. Plenty of shopping. Plenty of it. Interestingly, that place there used to be Burton's, and I used to service that back in 2004. You know, I'm always banging on about architecture. Look at that. I just love it. Look at the shapes and things on there. Fantastic. And that building there. Amazing. This bloke has just stopped me while I was photographing this place to tell me all about that. Apparently it's just been put up. No idea the relevance. Talking of architecture, look at this. This is a church. I've seen a church like this before. Usually have religious things in front of them, don't they? But this one doesn't. We're okay for later. There's a fish and chip shop now. Later on tonight, when I've had a few pints, I'm going to climb that hill. and it looks a lot steeper than it actually is. No, it hadn't. It is very steep. This place seems to be a lot healthier than most town centres that I go to. When I go on these trips and that, I always find that a lot of the shops are empty now. I did see some shops in the Newgale centre, which was way down there. There were some shops empty there, but it seems to be quite thriving. Fantastic. That across there is the Grand Hotel, and I reckon that was probably quite expensive. Oh, hello, seagull. Quite expensive to stay in. Look at that, that's not bad, is it? Not bad at all. It's damn chilly though. And then there's this little friend here. Hello, fella. He's looking at me strange. Yeah, he's had enough. Yeah, it's quite a nice beach, isn't it? I'm going to go for a walk down there. Across that there. Let's have a little wander down here, shall we? Right at the end of it. Can't go any further. That's a bummer. It is cold though. Right, okay, so I'm going to stand here and I'm going to do a square, or whatever that is. Yeah, it's quite nice, don't you? Sun's going down a little bit, even though the sun's only over there. It's nowhere else. It looks colder than it. No, it is definitely cold. I don't know what them people are looking for. Gold, maybe? I don't know. Do kids actually fall for these rides anymore? I mean, back in the 60s and 70s and such like that, they used to do, didn't they? Because that was a cool thing to do. But now, I don't think kids are interested in stuff like that anymore. Back in, I think it was 2004, I remember coming down here to do the place that I pointed out earlier in the town centre down there. And just under this bridge here, a friend of mine who did the round that I stopped doing, he rang me. He was in Manchester and I was in this place, and he rang me and said, "What are you up to today?" And I just stopped to get me dinner, and I was sat just over there on that beach, and I said to him, "You won't believe where I am." And he says, "Where?" And I told him, and he was like, "I can't believe that you're sat on the beach having dinner and I'm stuck in Manchester in a dirty place like this is." But it's quite amusing, that. Well, it looks like I've got to the end of the pier. This is what you see. Not much really, is there? I don't know what I was expecting, to be quite honest with you. We've got like a, I don't know what this is. It's probably been here since the 60s or something, I don't know. It's quite interesting. Have a look across there in that car park. Nearly all the cars that are in there are all black. One thing I've noticed about this place, it's very tidy. Not much in the way of rubbish sticking around and such. It's unusual, is that? And even the beach, look at the beach. Hardly any rubbish anyway, if you can see any at all. Unless they have someone coming around, I don't know, cleaning up, but it is quite nice. So I thought I'd finish off this video with something quite funny, to be quite honest with you. While I was editing this video, I was in the bar downstairs in this marine hotel, and I had my earbuds in, so I could hear what I was saying while I was editing. And right across from me, over there, obviously not in the room, but in the bar, was an old bloke. I reckon he was about maybe 80, 85, something like that. Don't know. And he was talking to a couple who was maybe in the 60s, 50s or 60s, and he was they were chatting about hemorrhoid creams. And as he was chatting, I could hear the conversation, and some of the conversations they've had during the night have been quite risky. Well, not risky, but strange. And while he was talking about hemorrhoids, he pulled out a tube and he put it on the desk. And he says, "This is what I use." This is what I use. And it's really good. You should use some of it. And I was just sat there trying not to laugh because I really shouldn't have been listening to their conversation. And I just, honestly, you couldn't help it. I had my headphones in and I could still hear them. And some of the other conversations they've had, well. Hiya. This is the morning after. It's about, well, it's 8:45 in the morning. I've just checked out. The Marine Hotel is very nice, actually. Llandudno is very nice. It's very clean, very tidy. The hotel was very tidy, very clean. Everything you needed is there. I found out this morning, well, actually late last night, it's got a swimming pool. A swimming pool. I've never stayed at a hotel before that's got a swimming pool. Today is a journey right down to St.Davids, right down the coast of Welsh Wales. Oh, I've said Welsh Wales. Let's see how it goes, shall we? I've just driven about maybe 5 minutes down the road, and I've already come across something that looks really, really cool. Just over there, I'm in a car park. Just over there, I'm on a lakeside. I don't know. It looks like a man-made lakeside. Footage will be up now anyway. And there's a castle right far over the far end over there that you can't see, obviously. You'll see it in the clip. I don't know what castle it is. I didn't even know that Llandudno had a castle. It appears that the sun's come out. I'm not that far off Conway. I've just left Conway behind, and we're on these like windy roads that take us down the coast to St. Davids. The driving down here in the MGTF would have been fantastic. Today would have been a really good day for driving that car, but unfortunately I haven't got it anymore. So just down this side here, and I'll put a clip in, there's like loads of hills and things, really tall hills and such. It's just so nice. There's a lake just up the road there as well, and it's just fabulous. It's so nice. The sat nav on my car is absolutely incredibly strange. Yeah, this is a 2010 model, and it's never been updated, I don't think, hasn't the sat nav, so it still thinks it's 2010. And I'm in the middle of the Welsh mountains. That's all I can say. It's the Welsh mountains, and the sat nav decided to take me on the most incredible. I'll put footage on the if I've got it. The road wasn't even wide enough for 2 cars. It wasn't even hardly wide enough for 1 car, let alone 2. And he took me on this little road. Luckily it was only about a mile long, but no idea why he decided to do that. I have just had the strangest encounter. There's a bloke just right in front of me with a dog, and he's literally from like 5 miles away from where I live. I can't believe it. I think I've found myself some kind of hidden gem here. Look at that. But it gets better. So just watch this when I turn around. Look at that. That is awesome, isn't it? These solo journeys that I do, a lot of people think that I'm mad for doing these kind of things. Why are you going around doing this kind of thing? That's the question that I've been asked a couple of times. And the reason that I do it is because of the footage I'm just going to put up now. I've just seen, apart from amazing view, this train just went past as well, which was fantastic. But 2, I think there were Mustangs, American Mustangs in the sky, flying planes, you know, World War II planes. I think that's what they were. But I would never have seen those if I'd have been, well, I might have done, but right over a place that's just an amazing place to be. So I come across this as I was travelling. Do you know what? I don't care what people say about this country, you know, we've got some amazing places on the coastlines. We've got some amazing places inland as well, but all I've come across so far is amazing places. So I'm on my way from Aberystwyth down the coast to St.Davids currently, and so far I haven't been able to find a cafe. I'm dying for a drink and I need to go to the toilet, and yeah, I can't seem to find a cafe. It just seems to be long drives of nothingness really. The sea's on the right hand side, which is great, and there's some really nice views and that lot, but as far as amenities go, there isn't that much. It's there's little villages where you can stop for little shops and things, but I actually want a cafe that's got toilets and things like that. But I've certainly picked the day for it, haven't I? Proper warm and everything. The sun's bleating out. It's just a fantastic view. It's not a bad beach, is it? Not a bad place at all. Very peaceful, very quiet. Nice place over there. Maybe we'll be heading there next, I don't know. See where it takes us. It's actually really nice to get away from all the hustle and bustle and do something really peaceful and have no noises, beeps and bops and all the other crap that goes with modern day life. I'd like to swap it all for this. It's peace and quiet I lack. That's what it is. It's alright sitting at home and such like that, but you know, at the end of the day, it is peace and quiet that you want. You're not going to get it out and about unless you go to places like this. I don't think I'm going to go any further. It does go all the way, you can't see it because we're back to front now. It does go all the way around. It looks like it goes on for quite a while. There's a few people over there. In fact, I'll turn it around so you can see. Just over there. There's a few people kicking around over there. I've got a lot of time to be able to go around, unfortunately. Now look at that. Let me show you something. Look at this, right? There's a house right there. And you can see, when you like to live there, or better still. Now that one up there. Fantastic. I wonder what this thing was built for. Like a round hut. But it's like, I don't know what it's for. It's got an entrance to the left there. To walk around. It's got another entrance here. I can't work out what it's supposed to be. Is it a shelter for something? Yeah, I don't know what that building's for. It's a very strange one. It's not connected to anything. There's no other buildings here. So what's the purpose of it? Was it an entrance to something or other at some point? Who knows? Blimey. 23 degrees. It's proper hot though, to be fair. Oops, can you see it? I don't know if you can see it actually. 23 degrees. So the temperature's just risen dramatically. I've just been for a walk just down there, which I've the video will just show you before this, and it was 17 degrees when I got here. It's now 23. Now granted, the car's been sat in the sun, so it will say 23, so it'll probably drop a couple of degrees, but that's still back 20. One of the things I'm really liking about Wales is it's very individual. The further I go down sort of South Wales, I'm not far off St Davids to be quite fair, but the further I go down, the more it becomes individual. The houses are all lovely painted up, and it's just such a nice little place. Well, it's not a little place, is it? You know, you've got the mountains and everything, the hills, and then you probably won't be able to hear me for all the wind. You've got all the hills and everything, and then suddenly you get into like a bit more rural. And when I say rural, I mean that in the slightest manner, because a lot of these places, we've just gone through Agadu, I don't even know how to say it, Agavaveli or something, I don't know, Aberweng, I don't know, no idea. I'll try and put it up on the screen. When you go through some of these little towns, they're really, really small little towns, very squashed in. All the houses are right on the road edge. The pavement's only about that, you know, it's not very big. And it's all very close together, but it looks so nice. Every village I've gone through so far, or well, there will be villages, won't there? They're all very similar to each other, but they're all very nice. They're very impressive. They really are. I've made it to St. Davids. Well, I think I have anyway. According to the map, my map's decided to show St. Davids now. Oh, it wouldn't bring it up before, I don't know why. Anyway, I don't know what to expect, if I'm quite honest with you. I don't know what St. Davids is going to be like. I've never seen it before, so is there a point where you can walk out and it says this is the furthest west you can get? I have no idea, but I'm going to find out. It's as far as I can possibly get, because if you go past there now, that's private land, so you can't really go up there. So consequently, it's as far as you can go. The sea is just over. It's a bit of a disappointment that you can't actually, that there's no road to the end and then there's a car park that you can park in, and you know, there's a plaque or whatever. St. Davids literally is the last place that you can go to, unless you go on these little tiny roads that you can see behind me there. Oops, not there. And that's as far as you can go. Obviously the council don't own all that kind of stuff, so consequently I can't go there, but I am in St. Davids. I'm just past St. Davids. This is as far west as you can possibly go. I'm not quite sure where we are. We've just left St. Davids. St. Davids is back over there. That's St. Davids. Well, that's where you can. That's as far as you can go. Just over that bit there. This is a really nice little place. You've got to drive past it to go anywhere, to go where I'm going. So yeah, very, very nice. Well, I've arrived at my digs, and I'll be honest with you, I'm quite knackered. It's been a long drive today. Set off at 9ish. It's now 5:10. I've been a lot of places, but yeah, I'm glad to be at my digs. It's a Travelodge which is just there. I'll show you in a second. Right, okay, so standard Travelodge room, as you can see. Nice and big actually. It's a lot bigger than some of the other ones I've stayed in, without a doubt. Just normal though, nothing special. They're actually quite nice, these rooms. It's actually quite good actually, because right across the road there is Starbucks and McDonald's and Pret-a-Porter and all sorts of actually over there, and Greg's and things like that. So not bad. Free car parking as well, so can't complain. I'm going to get sorted out and then I'm going to go get something to eat and see if there's any decent food. Not the McDonald's and such, but I suspect there isn't, but we'll find out. It's the morning after. This is day 3. Yeah, day 3. I'm in Carmarthen, I think it is. I'm off to Tenby this afternoon, well this morning actually, and then up to Aberystwyth, where I shall be taking the night and having a look around Aberystwyth. I've been before. I'm going to the museum, I love it there. I can't wait actually. Tenby I've never been to before, so I'm definitely looking forward to going and seeing this place. Right, okay, so I'm in Tenby and it is blisteringly cold, windy and quite overcast. Don't know what it is. Don't know what it is, but I've forgotten my microphone. Well, I've got part of my microphone in my pocket, but I haven't got the receiver, so you might be able to hear me, you might not, otherwise I'll do a voiceover. Right, okay. So I'll be surprised if you can hear me on this video because of the wind. So this is the highest point that you can get on Tenby. It's the harbour. Yeah, Tenby is it's a very nice place. I reckon when it's nice and warm and sunny outside, it's going to be a lot of people here because it is filling up now. It's around about, well, it's 20 to 12 now currently, around 20 to 12, and it's filling up quite. The car park's all full up. It wasn't when I got there, but it is now. Do you know what? It's such a nice little place. Some really nice little villages and little towns down here that I'm really into. I think they're really good. I'm going to definitely come back here again. I might book somewhere around it. Well, I did book somewhere last night, but I might come for the day. I only came for a couple of hours, mainly because it's just too windy and too cold. I had to come back to the car to get my hat because I'm just getting blown all over the place, unfortunately. But it is definitely worthwhile coming here. I like these kind of places, without a doubt. Anyway, there you go. Right, I'm in Aberystwyth. I've made it now. That was a hell of a long drive. I kept getting stuck in traffic. Lots of traffic jams, lots of 20 mile an hour, 30 mile an hour zones, and they are painful. Right, so this room, this is on the top floor. It's not bad, it's okay. It's not a bad little room. It's a very small place, but the good thing is that this place it's got its own car park, so my car is down there. You can't see it, it's just behind there. But yeah, it's alright. It looks alright. It's got TV, coffee and everything that goes with it. That there, 2001, something like that, is now classed as an antique, and it's in a museum. I remember that's a Sony Xperia. Who remembers these? Love these kind of things. That's it. That is 4 days of Welsh Wales, South Wales. I've had a very good time actually. The digs, every single part of the digs that I've stayed at have been absolutely awesome. They've been great. The first two were great. The second one not as good, and I might do a video on why. But it was still a nice little place. It was a bit tired and needed updating a little bit, but it was very comfortable. And the only negative I've got about all three, really, the places I stayed at, was each one of them was just that little bit too hot. Even though I had the window open, they seemed to have the heating on for some reason. I don't know why. So yeah, so that's the only negativity about it. The third one I stayed at in Aberystwyth was right on the front, well, not just slightly off the front, and it was great because I could look around the town, go to the bar, I could go to the pier and the front, which I did, and you know, within walking distance of coming back. It was very quiet as well. There were no noise or anything like that. It was really nice. I enjoyed it very much. I'm about 50 miles or so away from home, and according to my tripometer, I've done 666 miles, 666.8 miles. So we're going to be over 700 miles when I get back, which is quite a lot of driving, isn't it? Now, last night I stayed at a friend's house on the way back, and we went to the pub, had some beers, went back to his house, had some curry, and also some board games, which was a lot of fun. It was a fantastic day. Just a bit, not hungover or anything today, nothing like that. Just a bit full of food and beer, if you like. Overall, the trip was really good. It was successful as well. I've had pretty much like really good weather. Aberystwyth was a bit. Yesterday was a bit. As I set off yesterday morning, it started to rain a little bit, just drizzling, but then it disappeared real quick. It was a bit in Aberystwyth. We already knew this when I set off anyway, because I checked the weather forecast. It was a bit cloudy and a bit dull, and at night time it did get a little tiny bit cold, but once I was in the digs, it was great because it was really warm in the digs, so it was all right. But overall, yeah, would I do that route again? No, probably not. I've done it now. St.Davids was a bit of a disappointment for me, because not the actual place, just that I couldn't get to. Like when you go to Land's End, you can get right to the seafront and say, yes, I've been as far as I can go. But with that part of the country at the bottom of the Wales, you can't, unless you walk quite a distance. And I didn't even know if you could, if you walked a distance, to be honest. It looked like private land to me, so I didn't look. But some amazing places, like you'll see in the videos, some amazing places to go visit. Anyway, that's the end of this 4-day trip, and I look forward to the next one. Maybe not as long, maybe not as many miles, but there's going to be another one coming up. All right, see you later.